Let's go, guys. We have another game here. This time we have Valdemar playing as the Mongols in the color yellow. Against his opponent, it's Kiljardi playing as the Japanese in the color green. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. Hope you are enjoying these. If you do, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to watch more Age of Empires 4 content every single day. What a great game this is. I think the Mongols, it's my favorite civilization. Out of all of them, I just remember the first day I tried. I was blown away with the mechanic that you can pack and unpack buildings. Now, of course, there's more into that. But just the fact that you have a Kang instead of a scout, and that you get it, if it dies, you get it every 2 minutes. It's such a cool feature. This guy, like, this guy is just really made different. Like, the Khan in the Imperial Age makes like 20 something damage per hit. You can easily just go to your town, massacre all the villagers out there, and we have seen it before. We have seen it. The Khan is really made different here. Now, you know who else is made different? It's Valdemar. He's a very good player when it comes to the Mongols. He loves playing the Mongols, and he's a very, very good player playing them, which is very hard. The Mongols, despite being one of the most fun civilizations to play with, it's also one of the hardest, if not the hardest, to play, because it's just like they do have a lot of cool stuff. They also have a lot of stuff that you wish you had, such as walls. And you know, if you want to go for trade, well, good luck here. Look at the trade pause here. Now the trade, it's in a very... I've seen worse. For example, the trade pause here, it's impossible to trade here. It will be very risky. But here is a little bit better, you know. You can put a trade pause here and you should be good to go. So that's a cool thing about the Mongols. They can trade and they can pretty much outboom any kind of civ. They have one of the best traders in the game, where they give food and wood, and they can also go faster with the jam network. So it's amazing. It is amazing. So I'm curious to see what Kiljardi will be preparing for us. Already building the Koka township with 4 villagers. That's something I didn't expect to see. Normally you see the Koka township on hybrid maps because the shinobis are really good at sabotaging docks, and the enemy cannot produce military buildings. Therefore, most likely you will get control of the water if you do things right. Most people that use shinobis they don't get the best out of it, especially because they don't use it later in the game because of they are very micro intensive. So it's really very hard to use. But on hands, like a player like Kiljardi, probably will spec something. Looks like Kiljardi destroys the forge just before the Mongol comes with the tower rush. And you know why he do that? Because he knows the forge is gonna get destroyed and he's gonna get the bounty. So I might as well kill it myself, and I don't give the bounty to, you know, to the Mongol player. A 5 spearman here, so looks like this outpost is gonna go out for sure. That's pretty much guaranteed. He's gonna be denying the gold for now. So Kiljardi have a couple of options. He brings all the villagers, and maybe a couple of them will die on the process and denies these outposts. Or he just ignore it for now and just go to the gold here. That's it. Probably he will do that, but also there is a lot of... it's a long distance wonder that comes for Kiljardi. Now, Shinobi will come soon. And with that, let's see what Kiljardi has prepared for us, because Shinobi probably gonna go directly into the Uvu. Does he know about the Uvu? He knows about the Uvu. He knows about it. Sadly, we don't have the information of what he saw. As soon as we change the player point of view, we don't have information about that. But Valdemar is going for the deer stones. He's not gonna go for the silver tree. He's gonna go for the Deerstone to get that Yam network right away. It's actually pretty good. It is pretty good. It's hard to beat, you know, the discount you get from the silver tree to produce the traders, especially early on when you don't have much economy. So it looks like the Uvu will get focus here. Look at that. Did he just use ability? It's just a sabotage. Look at that. Shinobi against the Mongol. Never thought we would see that, but here it is. It is happening, guys. It is happening. Meanwhile, Deerstone's about to be finished and Valdemar is building a stable. At the same time, Kiljardi is going for the archers. A very popular unit nowadays with the Japanese. It used to be like the worst unit ever. But now with 3 Shinobis, looks like he will be able to take down the Uvu. Meaning that double production for Valdemar is not available for him anymore. Now, he's not gonna focus on the barracks because they can move and, you know, they can easily escape when you try to attack the buildings. But the Uvu is stationary. It's one of the few buildings of the Mongols that you cannot move. So this one's gonna go down. This one's gonna go down for sure. And with that, Valdemar loses the ability to have a lot of military units. Now you have the Uvu here, which is... It's not in range of the TC, but it's semi-protected, so it's not that bad. Can stuff. I'm telling you, this guy already 3 damage. Do not ignore him. I'll have the first Keshik out. Stone that Valdemar cannot use at the moment. Now Kiljardi is coming back. Looks like he's really not interested in going into a fast castle or anything like that. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna fight in the Feudal Age, and I love that. I love that. I love feudal fights, and especially when it's against the Mongols. I want to see how the Japanese perform, because the Mongols have the advantage that they have the Uvu, and they have the double production, and they will have more units than you. Looks like triple sabotage. Look at the damage of these Shinobis. Looks like they're gonna go down. Unfortunately, this is a very expensive unit, and I don't think it was worth it, to be honest. He's losing 2 Shinobis there. Looks like the Forge will come. And now the archers gonna deal with those spearmen. These are Dark Age spearmen, so I'm gonna die very quickly, even against the Lombos. I say Lombos, the archers from the Japanese, which are the weakest archers of the game, but they are the fastest. Now, technically, the fastest one will be the Holy Roman with the March Drills, right? Which technically means they do have the same speed, I think. Which technically means the Holy Roman have the best archers in the game, probably. I don't know. That will be a discussion for another day, because some of you may say the Lombos, but the Lombos cannot catch the map. But they do have more damage, so it's tricky. Things are not like black and white here, they're more like gray. Uvu is getting built in the back of the base, and now Blacksmith is also being built here. Wondering what kind of upgrades Valdemar will get first. Probably thinking about +1 range attack or +1 range armor, considering his opponent is massing a lot of archers. Look at these archers, just they do have very little HP, only 60. So like Shinobi joins the battle here. A couple of Keshiks, just they laugh at the face of death against those Yumi Ashigaru. But they cannot laugh in the face of death against those spearmen for sure. It's like more Keshiks are gonna come here, and they're gonna do a surround. 5 Keshiks surrounding all those units. Looks like the spearmen will go down, leaving the archers alone, and probably most likely dead. They won't be able to get back home. These guys are running fast. They're running fast for their life. Yeah, they're really good at running. Did I say they're fast? Because they are really like escaping, like if their lives dependent on it, which it is. So we do have Wheelbarrow coming for Valdemar. Looks like Kiljardi stopped the production for the units so far. He's trying to go Castle Age. He's already more than halfway there. He's mining that gold like his life depended on it. Meanwhile, Valdemar goes back, and no sign for trade for the Mongol yet. There's no trade around here, so economy is gonna be normal. It's not gonna be amazing, it's just gonna be normal. Meanwhile, Kiljardi already have some walls here just to protect the wood line, and he's aging up with the floating gate with 8 villagers. Wondering where he will put the Yoroshiro. Let's take a look at his rally point. Probably he will put a rally point. Shinobi still alive. After all this time, he didn't create another one, as far as I'm concerned. He didn't. +1 range armor coming for Valdemar. Fortunately for Kiljardi, we cannot really see the economic upgrades coming in the caster mode. So we will just have to check them manually. What? There is a bug here. There is a bug. You know, you see this, the Mongol has 2 bars here. That means the wheelbarrow, it says improved wheelbarrow, but it's not. It is not. It's just have the normal version, and the same as all of those, you have the improved version. So it isn't. But I always love to see the improved version of the economic upgrades. It's just so good, just so good. Normally people don't do it. There must be for a reason, right? I mean, there's definitely a good reason to do that. Meanwhile, Valdemar probably thinking about going castle age himself. Have plenty of food, and he's with 9 villagers on gold, so probably thinking about going castle as well. Meanwhile, Yoroshiro, it's actually in the farmhouse. It's gonna just give some food to Kiljardi, which is great. We're already 12 minutes into the game. Let's take a look at the income per minute. The Wada just being built for Kiljardi. He's gonna get the first wheelbarrow upgrade, and looks like we are seeing some Onamushas on the field. You know, Valdemar having a little bit of everything. Spearman, and all production for Spearman, archers, Keshiks, more archers. Shinobi just doing Shinobi things. Looks like he escaped again. Oh, are we gonna have another type of those videos with the longest lifespan available for this Shinobi? Like, if this Shinobi survives as long as the Kirosifron from the last video, I will be very surprised. That Kirosifron lived for the whole match. It only was destroyed when the match finished. So maybe we're gonna have another one of those now. Valdemar with some units around the base. To see if he can do something. Let's take a look at his point of view. Actually, that's not his point of view. Ah, there you go. That's his point of view. And he has a lot of units. He's deciding, I'm not going to castle age. I'm actually just gonna stay in the field age, and I see if I can do more damage with this. You know, I have Keshiks, and meanwhile I can just fight with those. Like, Keshiks is a really good unit. They're not like knights, but anyway. It looks like that Shinobi finally died. I don't know who attacked there. But now Valdemar goes in with those units. Archers gonna do a really good job against those Onamushas. Wololo attempt not gonna happen. Now these Onamushas are just kiting, pretty much killing all the Keshiks that were here before. Another Wololo attempt. This one is just for a distraction. And more archers. Now, no villagers were dead in this attempt. Only one villager kill. So there were quite a lot of units that died in the attempt of this push. Also see siege engineering. Is it the improved siege version? It's not. It's gonna build battering rams. Gonna start building very soon, I guess. Also, the arrow for the can is improved. Now he can do it for, I think this one was a wider range. There you go. Increase the tile and the seconds of the buff. This is actually very good. Very, very good. Also this one, Raid Bounty. Like, you can just kill, destroy buildings and you will have a good time. Now the Keshiks, you gotta be careful here because these are, they don't look like that, these are crossbows, so they will do a lot of damage to those Keshiks. Meanwhile, farm transition for kiljardi. Now that's the problem of going with this landmark, is that you don't have the free farms. How many farms you have here? Let's take a look. 12 farms so far, so those are the farms that you could have got for free if you went to the other landmark. So that's something to consider. That's why not many people go for the shinobi at the beginning. It's just, there's not much value out of it. It's like Valdemar is going again. Snipes a villager. Keshiks. Just checking if there is no priest in the sacred site. Meanwhile, priest getting more relics. This is gonna be the third one if he managed to get back alive. Villagers here gathering those berries. Meanwhile, the Onamushas are going for a hunt. Valdemar knows where all the villagers are. He's going again. Now he goes directly where the villagers are gonna escape. Managed to kill another villager. But now the samurai are here and these units are really good against everything that Valdemar has here, except the Keshiks. Look at how tanky they are, and just the villagers are just coming, trying to get as many... the archers are just trying to get as many villagers as possible. And looks like Valdemar will succeed in this attempt of entering just directly into the base. Even without the Castle Age upgrades, he's not in Castle Age, so all these units are getting quite a lot of damage from that town center. Just gotta be careful here not to lose your whole army, but this is not all the units that Valdemar has. He has way more coming. And Valdemar killed 19 villagers in this attempt. 19, it's not an amount that you should ignore. It's a quite significant amount of resources. Those are pretty much almost 800 resources a minute that Kiljardi is losing. That requires a lot of courage to get into the base like this, just with those units. And looks like everyone will die here, but he's willing to do the sacrifice as long as more villagers keep dying. 27 already 28 villagers dead. With that, Kiljardi, it's behind economically, despite the Mongols not being able to trade. Meanwhile, more units are coming here. Spearman is gonna be able to deal some damage before they die. I know Valdemar looks like he's coming back. He's like, okay, I think that was enough. And probably thinking about going castle himself. Meanwhile, no sign of trade so far. It's actually ignoring the trade, which is very, very interesting. Usually, it's very hard to play the Mongol without a trade. You have the market here and potentially use it to trade some units, but he's not using it. He's using it to sell stuff. You can just sell some extra resources you had, and you're just gonna have a good time. Looks like he's gonna go for this gold. Now the Khan will run for their life. Look at that. Onamusha is still alive all this time. And they're gonna find the archers here. So it looks like these Onamushas are not gonna get back home. These archers will be able to catch them up. Never mind. They're getting away with that. Getting away with that 100%. Meanwhile, Kiljardi, not everything is lost here. The cool thing about being the Japanese is that you eventually gather enough stones so that you can go for a second town center and eventually, you know, catch up with the economy. I don't know if that's his plan, but he needs to do something about his economy because he lost a lot. And Valdemar is giving some time to recover. just because he also lost quite a lot of military units. He cannot go and push again, especially when your opponent is already in Castle Age for a long time. A lot of these upgrades are already coming, but no +2 range armor yet. It's like some villagers went down for Valdemar as well, 5 in total. Meanwhile, the priest still with the relic. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's just gonna look. There you go. Nothing like the power of hotkeys, guys. Onimusha is just trying to raid with some Onimusha. It's actually a very good raiding unit. You can escape. You have 1.62 move speed. These guys are just gonna get them. Finally, Onimushas went down. Meanwhile, more archers. What's up with the archers now? We see a lot of archers coming from the Japanese lately. It used to be like only infantry. It was the samurai way. Samurai only with Ona Bugeishas. That was a deadly combo for the Japanese. We're starting to see these archers that are weak, but because they are so cheap, you can have so many. It's really interesting. +1 attack coming for kiljardi, as well as Odachi, which will give extra bonus damage against infantry for those samurais that he has. He has 10 already, which is a very deadly amount. He can just go directly into the base. He doesn't have +2 range armor yet, so definitely he's gonna take some damage. Now those are veterans, so it's just gonna be a tough position for Valdemar, where his opponent is in Castle Age, and you just have well, you have 41 archers, so he should be quite okay, quite fine. I mean, 41 archers from the Feudal Age, still quite good, More Keshiks joining the party here, and looks like this is a fight that Valdemar can take. Onimusha going down here. Meanwhile, Keshiks is going directly into those Yumi Ashigaru. Now, tanking some damage from those samurais, and looks like these units are just gonna be having the extra attack speed buff from the can, and they're just gonna be doing so much damage here. Still plenty of archers from Valdemar. Kiljardi loses his army again. Just Valdemar showing how powerful the Mongols are in the Feudal Age, even without a trade. It's still getting a lot of value coming for Valdemar. Meanwhile, pasture transition is starting to happen for him. It's always good to have those pastures very early on, just in case. Meanwhile, Kiljardi looks like he's gonna mine some stone, probably thinking about either upgrading the town center or going for another one. He's already upgrading it, so he's gonna go for a second town center. Another thing you may potentially think of is to upgrade this town center until it becomes a shogunate castle, and with that pretty much guarantees that your economy is safe around your base for quite a long time, until your opponent have siege. And by siege I mean trebuchet, because even the battering rams will get a lot of damage from them. Like, more barracks are being built, and more Keshiks will deep dive into the base. Mongols still in the Feudal Age, despite having his opponent in the Castle Age for a long time. He still decides, you know what, I'm going deep. I'm going here. Samurai still tanking a lot of damage. Look at how many arrows they need to die. Meanwhile, the Keshiks gonna hunt more villagers. They rush to build a gate to escape. Meanwhile, the archers just taking damage. It's like more villagers are dead. Looks like the Mongols are doing what they do best, raiding. Just raid the hell out of your opponent, just to get some villagers and get out. Meanwhile, the Kurultai is being built somewhere in this map. There you go, the Kurultai, which is very interesting, because Valdemar is not trading, so most of the time in this situation you rely a lot on the gold from your villagers that are mining, So usually you go to the other landmark. What was the name of it? I completely forgot. I forgot the name of it. I have it in the tip of my mouth, of my tongue, or whatever was the saying. But anyway, because it gives 50% extra gold, I usually go with that. But looks like he doesn't care. It's like, it's okay. I'm already in Castle Age. And let's keep attacking. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's get the Kurultai, and we will buff all those units. Veteran C for the archers are coming, and as well as Veteran C for the Keshiks, which only 10 at the moment, but definitely, probably we will see more of them. Looks like Kiljardi went before the upgrades arrive, but looks like the Yumi Ashigaru, not really the best unit to deal with that. Looks like Valdemar doesn't care. It's like, it's okay. I'm not scared of your veteran archers. They are just good as mine. +2 range attack coming for him too. And the Kurultai arrive, and now these archers are no joke. Veteran C, and now these archers suddenly have more attack. They went from 6 attack to 10 in a matter of 10 seconds. And now Kiljardi loses this battle again. Now he's mining a lot of stone. Wondering what is his plan with it. He's actually sending those archers all over the map just to hunt some villagers. Relics still being gathered. The fourth one is coming for Kiljardi. Looks like it's already here in the map. The last one is in the middle. Kind of easy to get actually. It could be worse. When your opponent, the relic is like here, for example, but it's not. Now the Keshiks are already veteran, so these guys are no joke. +2 range armor coming for Valdemar. Meanwhile, Kiljardi back to square one again. The thing that is actually saving him is actually that he has 3 relics. Technically he has 4. There you go. The 4 relic is already in place. Can potentially get the 5th one if he's lucky. But Valdemar is already coming again. This time with less units, but these are already veteran. So town center being upgraded. Looks like he's looking to go for that Shogunate Castle upgrade. He's not really looking to increase the villager count. It's just, guys, let's just go for that Shogunate Castle and let's try not to die for the moment. Looks like this outpost is gonna go down, and at the same time Valdemar goes again for another raid. At this time with veteran upgrades, things are gonna be different for him. Meanwhile, 10 archers on the queue. More Keshiks coming. And a Kurultai just sitting in the middle for now. More Keshiks attacking the outpost here. Now they're gonna go directly into the party. This is where the action happens. This is where the things are chaotic. It's inside Kiljardi's base. It looks like he wants to get those villagers. And well, no improved engineering yet. He doesn't have it. So there's no way he can get a mangonel or something for now. Unless he has a siege workshop, and looks like he's gonna lose his archers. It's like this was a very good fight for Kiljardi. Despite everything, he didn't lose many villagers. And now he's still mining some stone. Looks like he's gonna go for a second town center. He's trying to recover. You got Keshik numbers starting to increase for Valdemar. At the same time, he's taking his time, you know. He's not really scaling economically. He's just focusing on attacking the whole time. I love this game. This has been a non-action, non-stop game since the Feudal Age. And I miss those. I miss those games. Look at that. The deer stones just right in the middle just to buff these units to run faster. Keshik managed to take the samurai before he dies. And I will say that Kiljardi has a better army than Valdemar. Just because those archers will do nothing to those man-at-arms. I mean, he has some crossbows, but just, you know, there's not as many compared to those number of samurais that he has. 16 already. It's actually going here with the archers only. I'm really curious about what's up with the archer. It has so many cool units with the Japanese. You have the Mount Samurai, you have the Samurai Onabugeisha, but the archers are just... I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just don't see them working quite well. Springle placements coming for Valdemar in some of those outposts as well. Let's take a look at his vision, because as a Mongol you need to rely on those towers quite often. There you go. He's pretty much everywhere. And now he's coming there again. The Khan rises again. The cool thing about the Khan is that it never dies. It never dies. He has a scout somewhere around here. But anyway. Oh, there you go. That was a scout. Oh, the Khan. With 8 arrow damage. And looks like Valdemar is going for it again. I'm gonna shut up a minute because take a look at the Mongol song. I know the volume is a little bit low, but I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. And one of the best soundtracks in the Age of Empires franchise, I think. It's just very well made. And now Valdemar goes again with these units. Kurultai. Stop chilling in the middle. Now Valdemar goes again for it. At this time with 62 units, 22 crossbows, 25 archers. This is a Mongol raid at its finest. And Kiljardi don't have enough stone to upgrade this Daimyo Palace. If he had upgraded this town center, this fight will work really good for him. But now he's down to 16 military units. And the crossbows just arrived. Deerstone, everyone is here. The Deerstone, the Kurultai. We just need a Kaganate Palace here. Everyone is here. Just bring all the landmarks. Everyone keep pushing into the enemy base. If you're not inspired to play as the Mongol after this match, I don't know what can motivate you. This is such a cool playstyle. Just action everywhere. More outposts coming here, but looks like the Keshiks will find it. And more villagers will go down. Looks like he will find the second town center. This is not upgraded, so it can be taken down quite easily. But not enough melee units for Valdemar, so it will let it live for the moment. And villagers just running non-stop. Battering rams being built. It's gonna start sieging. The Kiljardi already almost half the villager count of Valdemar. And at this point he has 11 production buildings, so he's gonna be pumping units non-stop. More farm transition coming for Kiljardi. More battering rams. And looks like he's gonna go for the town center this time. Koka Township, the building that only worked at the beginning of the game. Well, battering rams will start sieging this town center. More crossbows added into the mix. 42 crossbows. That's a big number of crossbows. That's a big number. You should not underestimate 42 crossbows. Onamushas will go for a raid. It's like the town center will go down. The next one is gonna be the barracks with a Yoroshiro inside. Kiljardi with a lot of trouble with the economy. And Valdemar will go for more battering rams. Looks like siege engineering has not been researched yet. Love to see some improved siege engineering just to get those trebuchet out. It's like the classic Mongol siege. They just build the trebuchets and they just start sieging your town. Barracks goes down with the Yoroshiro in sight. Onamushas will go for a hand. Looks like trade has started for Valdemar. How many traders? 10 so far. Definitely it will start rising. Number of economic units for Valdemar is 118 in total. It's a huge difference. And now look at the number of crossbows here. 59 crossbows. 14 more coming. You don't even need to target fire this. These are not only any crossbows, these ones have the cruelty +5 range attack. And with that, I don't think Kiljardi can get away with this. I think with the Koka Township, he's also gonna go down. And indeed, Kiljardi taps out. Well played by these two players. I put a link in the description where you can follow Valdemar Kiljardi. I don't know where you are, but if you do have his link, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.